Wisdom Shorts.
The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Martin Luther King Jr. In April 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. sat alone in a cold Birmingham jail cell, writing on scraps of newspaper with a smuggled pen. His closest advisors had gathered outside the prison, their voices filled with desperation. "Martin has gone too far," cried one supporter. "The whole movement is collapsing." Ralph Abernathy, King's dearest friend, paced frantically. Even the NAACP had withdrawn their support, calling King's methods too radical. A young activist, tears streaming down his face, pleaded with the group. "We have to convince him to stop. The white moderates are turning against us." Inside the cell, King could hear their worried voices echoing through the stone walls. Without a word, King continued writing his letter. His supporters, full of fear and doubt, gathered closer to the prison window. "Dr. King," they called out, "please listen to reason. You're destroying everything we've built." King looked up from his makeshift desk, a wooden crate covered with newspaper. Suddenly, and without warning, King stood and walked to the small barred window, holding up the pages he had written. His supporters gasped as they saw the intensity in his eyes, a fire that prison walls could not contain. "My friends," he called out, his voice carrying the weight of destiny. "You ask me to retreat when we are closest to victory." The crowd fell silent. His supporters stared at him, their faces transforming from despair to wonder. "But Martin," Ralph whispered, "how can you call this victory when the whole world seems against us?" King held up his letter, written on the margins of newspapers and scraps of paper. "Tell me," he said, "when do you discover who you truly are? When everyone applauds or when everyone abandons you?" "When they applaud, surely," they replied, confused by his calm in the storm. King shook his head with that profound wisdom that would echo through history. "When you understand that a man's true measure is not where he stands in comfort," he declared, "but where he stands in controversy, then you discover that our greatest victories come not from easy battles but from the courage to stand alone for what is right." That letter from Birmingham jail became one of the most powerful documents in American history. True character is not revealed in moments of praise, but in moments of persecution. When we choose to stand for justice even when standing alone, we discover that moral courage is the only strength that truly matters.